Jazz is a cornerstone of American culture. It created the baseline for every subsequent genre of music to come out of America and remains highly influential to modern music. Here at MHS, band students are given the option to take 2 days out of the week to arrive at 7 a.m. and rehearse jazz. With me here to talk about our jazz program is director Mr. Buckley. Jazz music has a wide variety of subgenres and is widely interpretable. What does jazz mean to you in the wider scope of music?
So for me, jazz is the foundation of all modern popular music that has, come out of America since jazz's creation. I mean, you look at some of the biggest names in rock and roll, like as far back as Elvis, the Beatles, into Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, it's all based on jazz chords and jazz progressions. And, as popular music developed out of rock and roll, that's still all jazz.
Jazz is often viewed as complex and difficult to understand. What kinds of advice would you give to young jazz musicians?
The best advice I could give to young jazz musicians, and what I wish that I had gotten as a young jazz musician, is to not get so bogged down in being a perfect performer on your instrument. Jazz is about freedom and creativity, and so getting away from the mental pressures of I need to play all the exact right notes with a beautiful sound perfectly in rhythm, and just getting more into improvisation and understanding that you can make creative choices and you can make sounds on your instrument that aren't what we were normally going to hear in a concert band setting. And so I think really that freedom from our self-pressure would be the best advice that I could give to a young jazz musician.
Mr. Buckley, I know you are particularly passionate about your directing. How would you say directing jazz is different from directing concert band?
So in the concert band setting, the conductor is trying to, as much as possible, physically embody the music. Where in jazz band, the rehearsal process, the conductor is very much present and up there to give cues and stuff. But once it comes to performance time, it's like the director's out of the way. They're getting in the way of good music making happening. Now, will be up there and will be giving cues and giving indications of where we are in the form of the tune, but it is not going to be waving arms and big grandiose gestures. It's more just a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a thing.
What are some of your favorite jazz standards and why?
So I really love the music of George Gershwin, and he has a lot of jazz standards. I Got Rhythm is, of course, one of the most notable ones, but what I love about George Gershwin is that he got into, as much as his music became jazz standards, he was also a symphonic jazz composer, which is a really very niche thing and really some cool music that came out of the mind of that man.
Thank you for your time today. I hope this has brought attention to some of the fascinating aspects of performing jazz, and I hope that future underclassmen will consider picking up an instrument and allowing themselves the opportunity to try performing music.